Alright, in this video we're going to do the Typeform application for the high ticket free and formula funnel. You'll have signed up for Typeform already. If you don't have a link to do that with, there's one for 10% off of your monthly bill, and you should ask someone for it. And here is what it looks like when you log in. So if you don't have this space here, then you click on your workspaces and you click on my workspace, and it will take you to this place where the forms will live. You're going to click on this button here, start from scratch, and name your Typeform. HTFF Renaissance application is what I am naming it. And then you click start building. And it'll open up the area where you can start, it opens up the area where you can start building your form, and the video starts. We're going to X out of this because all we have to do is go back to the document, if you have a document to look at that has the questions on it. And if you should want to make this bigger, all you have to do is zoom it out, because sometimes I need things to be made larger anymore. And so I've done this step. I've done step 1, now I've done step 2, which is workspace, green rectangle, start from scratch, name the form, then click start building, and so I'm on step 3 now. So the types of questions and the copy for each of the questions, the actual text to complete your application, are below. And what you're going to do is you're going to drag the type of question, which is, it's a yes/no question, is it a multi-choice question, is it a long paragraph question? So it gives you different choices inside of the workspace. So the very first question is a short text question. So what I'm going to do is go over here and drag short text into this middle section where it says drag and drop questions. Yeah, sorry about the kids if you can hear them. So then it opens up that question, and all I have to do is copy the actual question here and put that in the question field. So I'm pasting that in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to check on the image screen that I have that I put under each of these questions, so that I can see if any of these other things are ticked. So on all of these questions, you're going to want to turn required on. It means that they won't be able to go forward through the form without answering that question. So in this case, that's the only thing that's different on this screen. So I'm just going to click on that. It turns it on. I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to go to question 2. Now there's 14 or 15 of these questions. I've done them each on a separate page in this document so that it's super easy. So question type, yes or no. I'm going to grab the copy right now. I don't actually want this star, because it turns it on. That means that it's required. It turns it on when you flip that switch. So I'm going to go down here and grab yes or no. Drag it under number 1. Oopsie. Drag it under number 1 in that gray middle box. It becomes question number 2, yes or no. I'm going to paste into there. Oops, it didn't copy, so that's not right. So we want, hey, did you watch the thingy? Yes or no is automatic. I'm going to require it. I'm going to double check that I have the picture right. Yep, there's nothing else to that one. So I'm just going to save it. Number 3. So I'm going to scroll down another page. This one's going to be multiple choice. So I'm going to pick multiple choice, put it in the 3rd space. So I have 1, 2, and 3. I need to go back and copy the question. And this one's a little bit more involved because you have to add the multiple choice questions in. Okay, so that's the question, and then we have choice A, which is earning and saving. I don't know if we need these brackets or not. We'll know in a second. Nope, don't need it. And then if I want to add more, I want to add 3 of them, right? Because there's 4 total. So just click the plus sign. If I had too many, I would do the minus sign, and if I got them out of order, I could just drag them this way. So the second thing is inside of the brackets, copy, paste. Third thing is using an already proven system, paste. D is all of the above. Okay, now I'm going to look at the picture because I want to make sure. So now I just want to turn on required, and that's the only other switch that's on here. It's at the top in this case, and then I'm going to save it. And it's on to question 4. So you could actually, do this in like say you only had 10 minutes to do this. You could do it 10 minutes at a time and get it done in 3 settings or something. This one, I'm going to do this last one and then let you, I'll skip to the bottom for the recording because they're kind of repetitive. So this one is called an opinion scale, and I had a little bit of trouble with this one. Actually, there's another one that I might show you also. Opinion scale, because see how it'll pop out of, it has to go into that gray box and just drop it. And then the question is on a scale of 1 to 5. And then I'm going to look at the picture because I have to make it look like this in order for it to work. Steps 1 through 5, and then least interested and most interested are the things. So the left label is here. Least interested. Most interested. I hope you can't hear the squawking those kids are making. Start the scale at 1. And we only want to go to 5. So we're going to drag it back to 5, I believe is how it works. Only did it once before. There we go. And so long as it looks right on this side, you're good to go. Double check the picture. Required and start at 1 need to be turned on. So also tick required, and then I'll save it. Let's see what the other types of questions there are here. So long text, I can do these all, it's fine. Long text is up here. I'm going to drag it to number 5 and grab the question. And definitely turn on required. Double check the picture. That's all there is to that one. So I just save it. Number 6. Number 6 is also long text. So we're going to, I'll grab this part first. Long text. Paste it in there. Make it required. I think that's all there is to that one. Yep. Save it. Oops. Hold on. I gotta get the phone. Okay, so number 7 is multiple choice. Target income. This one's a little bit longer too because of the multiple part. A little more tedious. It's still quite easy. We want it to be required. We have 5 or 6 choices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 choices. So I can just make all of the choices. No, I can't. I have to do one of them at least. So I'm just copying this. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. I'm just going to copy those in. I'll pause it while I do that. Okay, so only little trick with this one is you want, see how they're all stacked in funny order? I want them top to bottom. So I'm going to force vertical alignment is the other choice. You'll see that on the picture as well. See, required and force vertical alignment. Okay, number 8. I can save 7. Number 8 is a yes or no question. That one's easy. Yes or no is down here. It's number 8. Required. Save it. Okay, so you're gonna continue on down the page till you get to whatever question is at the end at this point. And then you're going to make 2 thank you page versions. Version 1 is for people who have credit up to 600 and above, and version 2 is for people who have credit that's below 600. Because you don't want to waste either your time or theirs if they are not going to qualify for the financing. So you have 2 different places you're going to take them next. So in order to do the thank you pages, you have to go down here to the bottom to the thank you screen thing, and it goes into the blue section. So we're going to have one that says thanks for filling out the application. Click the button below, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to paste that right here. We want to turn off the share icons, and we want to change this to say, take me there. And then when you want to switch to on click, whenever they click, it's going to take them to a different page, a different URL. And we're going to put this link here, which is the homework page for while they wait for a call. I'm going to save that. That's all that one takes. And then we're going to drag another one for the second type, which is on the next page. Thanks for filling out your application. Based on your current credit score, financing isn't currently a viable option. And then we're going to put this in here. In order to make some extra spaces, if you want it to be spaced out differently, you do two enters. Click here and then 2 enters. I only took 1. Anyway, you can play with it. I know there's 2 there. Okay, turn off the share icons because you don't want this going. You want this only after people watch the video. You don't want it to land on Facebook and just start with the questionnaire. Load on redirect, and here we're going to put, we actually don't have the link ready yet necessarily. It depends on if you've put this part of your funnel together yet, but there's a 1-page funnel. It's training number 8 in the high ticket freedom formula, the inside of IE in the member area. Inside of that training, number 8 teaches you, or has a share code for a 1-page, it's a 1-page funnel that is literally just a training telling people about the downsell. So it's telling people how they can do Invisible Empire without Renaissance, either as a full pay or a multiple pay. And there's also a form to make, one of these type forms to make for that as well. But anyway, that's the link that's going to go here. Well, the share code, the text will say something else. Continue or take me there would be fine too. You want sort of a call to action. And then we're going to on-click redirects to a URL. What you could do if you should happen to have a shortener tool, so like Pretty Link, for instance, you could put in here a Pretty Link where you will eventually put your, if you don't already have it, your one-page downsell funnel link. So for now, what I'm going to do is do that because the person whose form this is doesn't have that set up yet. But I can make up the Pretty Link and then go make the Pretty Link, basically. And this will be IE training, for example. And now this form, once I put all of the questions in here, will be complete. And there's a couple of tweaks you can do to further personalize this. So I'm going to finish the form off so that I can show you the logic jumps, and there's also a way to do a variable which puts the person's actual name into the questions themselves. So let me work on that and I'll be right back. Okay, now on a couple of the questions there is a variable added in on my version, and it's totally optional, so I'm just going to show you really quick where that is, how to add that if you want to. So on question 2, for example, so it says here, there's a variable. You see this gray box that says, hey, blah, 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 blah. So what we want to do is insert the answer to question 1, because that was where you asked their name. And you might want to, if you use this, you might want to turn off the last name part. I'm not sure how much it matters. But anyway, we're going to add the variable for number 1. So you click to where you want it to appear. So we want hey, click to put the cursor there, and then add the variable, and number 1 is a choice there. And then you just save it, and it just looks like this. So it says hey, and then whatever their answer was. Did you watch the webinar? So that's how you do variables. There's a couple places in this document that says that you'll notice you can do that or not do that. It doesn't matter. And then last but not least, what we're going to do is go all the way down to the bottom of this document and do the logic jump parts. Now, if you have not put together a pro version yet, a pro account for Typeform, you won't be able to do this because it's a feature of the pro account. But it is kind of handy because it allows people to self-sort with the, there's a couple places that it self-sorts. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom on page, what is this, 19 of 20, there's 2 logic jump places, and what you do is you go back to your thing and you see this little arrow here. So we're going to question 10 and then question 15. So on question 10, we're going to make the logic jump look like this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to first find question 10, find that little arrow, and it'll open up that screen. Skip the video if you haven't already used it. It will appear, and so we're going to go over here, and it's going to go if 10 is one-time payment. So we're going to do add a logic jump if 10 is one-time payment. That's right. Jump to 12. So we're just going to bypass that whole Credit Karma conversation for the people who are just ready to pay, because you don't want to stop people from, you don't want to confuse their minds. So you have the whole list of questions. We're just going to say, if you're a one-time payment person, we're just going to say thanks for applying. And then the rest of it is going to say, in all other cases, because there's only 2 choices, number 11 is where we're going to take them. Sounds great. Financing your membership is a great way to get started. So one-time payment or financing are the choices. So we're going to do this one is number 11. And then we're going to save it. So now when the person goes through and picks what is correct for them, then they will be able to be pushed forward into the right slot. Now the same thing goes for these thank you pages. We only want the right people to go to which, we want them to self-sort into the thank you pages. So we're going to number 15, logic jump. And this one's a little bit more involved. But what we want is, if 10 is one-time payment of okay, so this is the choice for everybody who has has a credit over 600 or a one-time payment. We want to put them on the list. So if 10 is a one-time payment, so first we have to pick 10 on this side, one-time payment, and then we're going to add another question, or, not and, because it doesn't have to be both, or then the question that we're looking at is 11. So we're going to put the 600 and above ones over here. Or number 11 is over 700. Or number 11 is 650 to 700. Add one more. Or number 11 answer is 600 to 650. We're going to take them to the choices, which is A, watch the rest of the coaching, or B, we're going to downsell you. So this is all we need for this one to get them to the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to do everything else goes to B. So if it's not any of these things, it's going to go to B, which is really only, in this case, the 600 or below. So we're going to scroll down to endings and pick B and save it. And that's the completion of your form. It's complete now. There's a couple more things that you're going to want to do inside of, there's a couple more things. One is you're going to want to deliver your, the way that I have mine set up is I deliver my applications to my email so that I get like a whole, all the questions and all the answers for one person on one sheet delivered as an email. So I'll do a short video with how to do that. And then the other thing that you need here is to know where the share codes are. So in this case, all we need is the link. So we're just going to copy it. We're going to click here and copy. And so it's been copied into the clipboard. And this is what goes into your page 3, the button that's on the 3rd page of the high ticket freedom formula that pops up after the webinar has been in progress for a while, because that's where you want them to go. You want to watch the webinar and then you want them to go to the application. But you don't want them to go to it until they've already been invested in the time of watching the webinar and they know what's up. You don't want a lot of questions that could have been answered by the webinar coming through the application process. So that's what you'll do here, and then later you're going to embed in a web page for the downsell page. So that's here whenever you need that. So we're good to go. I'm going to do a separate video showing how to put these into have them delivered to your email, because that was a little bit tricky. And you're done. Excited. Have a great evening or day, whichever. Talk to you later.